Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone tonight. Thank you for being here. Notice is hereby given of a regular meeting of the District of the Board of Directors to be held at 105 Port Road, Portisville, Texas on December 17, 2025 at the hour of 5:30 p.m. for consideration of the business of the agenda below. This notice is posted at the office of the district on December 11, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. in accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code 551-041-551-050, not less than 3 business days prior to the time of the said meeting. Today we do have the presence of a quorum. We have present Mr. Water, Mr. Friedman, and Mr. Donahue. Joining us later, we have Dr. Lalonde and Mr. Starkey should be joining the meeting later. If I may please have everyone stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and invocation. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and all its blessings. Keep us ever mindful of our responsibility to serve our community. Bless us with wisdom and clarity so that we can effectively consider each part of today's agenda. Reveal problem areas and guide us to the best solutions. We humbly ask for your help. Send forth life-giving waters, Lord, to replenish the ground, to revive all living things, and fill our reservoirs with precious rain. We ask this through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen.
Amen. Good prayer. Thank you. Moving along to item 3, invitation to the audience for public comments.
Well, I'd like to say one thing.
Yes.
Carlos, congratulations. Making the run for it.
Thank you.
So happy for your friendship and the leadership you've given us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Thank the board, like I mentioned before, for all the good things that you have done for the district, and you're one of the best. Thank you.
You might be like Phillips River, 3 or 4 years.
Thank you all too.
One second. We have a guest. Did you want to say something?
Yes, sir. If there's anyone else.
Go ahead.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Greg Combs. I wanted to formally introduce myself. I'm running for U.S. Congress here in Texas' 34th Congressional District. Just want to say hello, appreciate the work that y'all are doing. My background is actually in hydrology, natural resource management, wetland delineation as well. Attended Texas A&M University. Done research worked with AgriLife Extension Cameron County for the first part of my career, and I work in cybersecurity now. Don't ask me how I got there, long story. But that being said, even now, cybersecurity, looking at water treatment plants, waste treatment plants, it's a big deal from a critical infrastructure perspective. My campaign and what I am running on, specifically, water in our district from Brownsville to Corpus Christi is a big deal. Corpus Christi right now.
For the record, we have Dr. Lalonde and Mr. Starkey joining the meeting.
Sorry to interrupt. No worries at all. Water from Brownsville, Texas to Corpus Christi is a big deal, and I am staking my political platform and campaign in bringing that life-giving water here to South Texas. It's in my opinion, my personal opinion and professionally, that we can no longer rely on Mexico, going back to the Treaty of 1945 and the water that we are supposed to be getting. I know even now they have agreed to relinquish water, but that of course is subject to Mother Nature. So with that being said, working in Congress, I am promising and will be bringing to the public federal funding for plants such as the desal that is going to be going on here in the Laguna Madre district. As a matter of fact, I call the entire district from Corpus to Brownsville, Texas, the Laguna Madre district, because we all share that as a congressional body of representatives here going up to Washington, D.C. Corpus Christi is also working on their desal plants as well, initially voted down by their board, $1 billion in costs. Now they're looking at different companies outside of Hewitt. And I think here in South Texas, looking at the next 25 years, forecasted growth, we are doubling in population. Corpus Christi actually is projected, according to the Texas Water Board, to remain stagnant with their population, although their commercial necessities in water is why they are currently looking at this desal deal. So that being said, I just wanted to say hello, and that in Congress, I hope to be working for the people in providing critical infrastructure, water for our people, water for our farmers, energy to supplement that. Something I'm a proponent of, as well along with desal, is nuclear energy and new technology that the state of Texas, the United States government is investing in small modular reactor technology that will directly supplement one of the biggest cost sinks in desal plants, the energy consumption. So that being said, love to talk to y'all in the future, answer any questions, and I just wanted to say hello and introduce myself here today. So thank you for your time.
Wow, thank you for taking the time to introduce yourself to us. Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. I just kind of want to mention here, the holidays are upon us, and Salvation Army, school district have come by to request donations for kids and some food, some turkeys for the school district. I want to thank the staff, everybody that pitched in. We got together, put donations together for 6 kids for the Salvation Army and 8 turkeys for the school district. So I just want to come up here and thank the staff to make, appreciate that.
Thank you, very nice. It's good to hear.
I don't know if we've ever had 3 guys come up.
New record. Mr. Chairman, members of the board, with your permission, I would like to recognize our general manager for 40 years of excellence. And we do have a plaque that I would like to present to him. Also, would like to get the pictures with the board and some of the staff that's here.
Excellent.
Mr. Galvan. The words are not the regular words that you would see as far as thank you for your retirement, good luck in your retirement, and so on. We came up with something a little bit different. It says thank you for your exceptional work and decades of dedicated service as you move into your next chapter of life. I know that we will never forget your professionalism, mentorship, and friendship. A success well deserved. An occasion worth celebrating. Have fun and enjoy the years above. From the Laguna Madre Water District.
You bet. You want us to come down there with you?
Yes,
How do you
please.
want to do this?
Right there?
Yes, sir. Right here.
Man, last meeting, huh?
Looks like it. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, staff.
Scott, you wanna be in the middle?
I'm
Get in the
fine.
middle.
Go ahead.
Come on, Judge.
All right.
I'm not, get over here. We've been with this guy all day anyway. Got it. Thank you. Oh,
Thank
you
you all.
took one picture?
That's like 5.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Wait. Yeah, I got your phone.
Got it. I'd like one more with the general managers, if I may. With the managers, not general managers.
The kids. Hang it up your cowboy outfit.
Got it.
Thank you, guys. Thank you all very much. I just want to mention also that Santiago Ochoa is planning to retire also. What? After 35 years with the district, and Robert Gomez also. I think I'm gonna take him with me.
fishing.
But yeah, there you go. But thank
Thank
you
you,
all.
gentlemen.
They've
Appreciate it.
done a
Thank you,
great
Robert.
job helping out too.
Okay.
We're in public minutes.
Yes, do you have something?
Thank you.
Go ahead.
I just wanna say, thank you. It's been an honor to work with you. You know, it's rare, I think, in this world today to see someone finish something they started. Something we talk about in our house all the time, quitting's never an option. you know, in this new world, especially in college athletics, the portal and just the young people, things aren't as they would like them. They just move or relocate. So I too want to commend you on 40 years of excellent service. You know, that's rare. You know, it's even more uncommon to lead with faith. You know, one of the most impressive attributes about you to me is how you walk with Christ and how you don't hide from that, and how you share your faith with others, how you lead the principles based on, you know, the faith that we share. I appreciate all the things that you do behind the scenes. You know, the texts I'll send you on random occasion about this family that's in need, or this mother of kids that need help. You always answer those texts. You always do for this community things that a lot of people don't know. I just want to say, on behalf of all the families that you've helped over 4 decades, thank you so much. Thank you for the role model that you've been to me and all those that's been under your stewardship. I know God's going to bless you with an amazing retirement. And, you know, retiring from this doesn't mean your life lacks purpose. Now there's just going to be new purpose, right? So I pray that God gives you the discernment and the wisdom to know what that next purpose is, and that you work as diligently in that arena as you have in this one. So God bless you, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I want to say again, I said it earlier, but I think you guys were missing, that the board has been good to the district and all the employees. And it's a blessing to have a good group of directors like you guys. And it's been a blessing to me and my family. And I just want to thank God for all the blessings and touching me when I was growing up in my younger days, changed my life, and for the better and the best. And I want to thank my wife too, because towards the end, you know, you get like kind of depressed, and she goes, "Oh, you go back and finish the job strong." So I thank her too for that. But yes.
Well said, Carlos.
That
Thank you
is
again,
good.
buddy. Wish you well.
Thank
Well
you
stated.
Closing item 3, unless there's anything else. Thank you again. Item 4, consider and discuss for possible approval of.
Sorry guys, put this back. Somebody moved it. Yeah.
Item 4, consider and discuss for possible approval of the minutes of the regular meeting on November 12th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Starkey, second by Mr. Botter. All those are in favor?
Aye.
None are opposed, motion carries. Thank you. 5, consider and discuss for possible approval that the general manager or his designated appointee be authorized to enter into an energy contract with the lowest energy price provider that offers the best value.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, members of the board, we have Marco Redondo, our electrical provider and advisor, and his assistant, Adam, the brothers. Yeah, we've been kinda talking about the situation on the electrical, and we been looking at it and seeing that it's going up and up and up, but he'll explain some more stuff as we go. Thank you.
We'll look at one. Everybody got? Yeah, we're good.
We're still missing one, but.
No, we can share.
Good.
I got one. Oh, okay.
Well, Carlos, that was a nice send-off there. It's kind of, now we go to business, right? Dry. I'm gonna try, I can't make it exciting.
You're not gonna get any applause, we'll tell you that.
Well, we've known Carlos, I guess, from the Eagle Pass Water Conference for the last, 5 to 10 years, and we've been there a long time, and kind of talking about what we do for Eagle Pass Waterworks. We've handled our energy for the last 20 years, but you all were doing extremely well. I mean, and when I go over these numbers, you kind of see that you all have, he's right, you all have been making all the right decisions for a very long time, you know. And now it's kind of like we're going into these new turbulent times where, even like with water, nobody knows what's the right thing to do. He talked about energy right now that's out of control, and I've been a proponent of nuclear energy ever since I graduated from college in 1980, but then we had 3 Mile Island, and the United States just kind of said no. Right, and so we find ourselves today pretty short on energy. I wanted to start with where gas, and I gave you these graphs because this is what we watch. All right, this kind of shows your history of energy, and I put natural gas prices on this sheet, and this is what I showed your staff, is 80% of the energy of Texas was made by natural gas power driven power plants, all right? So gas pretty much controlled what the price of energy was gonna be. And the correlation, and it's a simple correlation, if gas was at $3 per MCF, energy was right at about 4 cents per kilowatt hour. So you can always take the price of natural gas, add a penny to it and say, okay, if gas is 3, energy is gonna be 4 cents, all right? So in 2001, when deregulation first happened, gas was sitting right at about $3, 3.25. You could buy a 5-year energy contract for about 3.9 cents per kilowatt hour in 2001 when deregulation first started. I was ex-AP, ex-CPL, and had just gotten resigned from there because I knew deregulation was coming and I knew somebody that would be the liaison between the utility company when you weren't used to buying it like a commodity and the customer and their utility companies. I didn't trust the utility companies then because I didn't trust any contract that I was reading as a professional engineer, and the customer didn't trust me because they say, who are you and how do we know that you know what you're doing? Well, in 2001, energy was at about 3 cents per kilowatt hour. So back then, I knew that the refineries coming from AP, you could call it insider information today, the refineries that operate 24 hours a day were paying 3.2 cents per kilowatt hour when I used to work for AP. All right, so I resigned. All of a sudden now a customer like you guys that doesn't use more than 10 cities of energy could get energy at about 3.9 cents per kilowatt hour. We were back then in 2001 before deregulation, everybody was paying 8.9 cents per kilowatt hour. Deregulation came and all of a sudden you could buy a 5-year contract at 3.9. I knew that. General public did not know that. And so I signed with a lot of industrial customers. Used to have the Maquila Association down here in South Texas before everybody went out of country. And so I got a lot of their companies to sign 5-year contracts, 3.9 cents, and we did extremely well. We dropped their budgets by almost 50%. All right, so the graph is very important because the first one is because every time that you're in the red down here, gas was down at about 3 cents per kilowatt hour. In 2007 and 2005, energy went to 14 cents per kilowatt hour. So people that didn't really know what they were doing, some school districts, other people, and I couldn't be everywhere. So a lot of people signed 1-year contracts at 14 cents per kilowatt hour. But with a 5-year contract that we did, we coasted right past that. Energy dropped back down. We signed another contract about 5.5 cents. It wasn't no longer 3.9, but we signed 5.5 cents for another 5 years. And back then, all the way through 2019, when we had 30% reserve power plant capacity, everything was real nice, and the sky was not falling like it is today. So back then, 30% of the time, energy was at 3, gas was about $3 per MCF out of those 20 years. And it was 79%, the 71% it was above it. So it's like buying stock. If you know what it is, that's when you buy. And I wish I could tell you that I knew exactly what I was doing. I just got lucky with a lot of my customers in that I was buying when it was low, and I missed almost every single peak through 2021 when Uri hit. When the freeze came, ERCOT said, okay, you guys, we're never gonna have a blackout again. So what they did is our 30% reserve that we had in power plant, they said, we're gonna take 10% of that off the board. It's no longer in the system. It is now called reserve capacity. So the law of supply and demand, all of a sudden after Uri, we dropped down to a 20% reserve, and that triggered all kinds of things in ERCOT. When you get down to 20%, all of a sudden now the price of energy, if you have a rolling blackout, is over $9 per kilowatt hour. So when the freeze hit and the cap was taken off, all of a sudden you saw people paying for those 4 days, and you saw in the paper, I think City of Harlingen paid $800,000 more than their annual budget for 4 days of energy, because there was no cap on energy. They didn't have the right kind of contract, and a lot of cities, 400,000, some other people, $1 million, and they're saying, I had a fixed contract. Well, you had a fixed contract for the energy, but not delivered to your meter. So unless you really know what you're doing, you got caught thinking that you had a fixed contract when Hades breaks out, all right? You guys had a contract, an 8-year contract with Caballo Energy, which was a good contract.
Have you pause? Hey, me and Scott may turn the air off. Yeah, we're freezing our butts off here.
I thought they did.
Yeah, turn it off.
Hotter.
Hotter.
If
Yeah,
you're good
turn
for
it
the
off.
speaker.
Just proof that we're saving energy.
There you go.
Well, thank you. I could tell like he made it colder. So sorry to interrupt
You
you.
know, and right before you guys had signed the contract, and I do with some of my customers at 4.1 cents with Caballo Energy for almost 8 years. It doesn't expire till 2027. So you're one of the customers that, all on your own leadership over here, made the right decision, signed the super long-term contract, and it's carried you past these severe rate hikes. I call them severe. The minute that your energy is going from 4 to 6 or 4 to 7, it's a 46% budget increase is just terrible. All right. I had a couple of school districts, South Texas Junior College, when I went to them and I said, okay, 5 years is 4.2 cents per kilowatt hour, 10 years is like 4.2. And the board member said, well, why aren't we going out 10 years? And I said, I've had you for the last 15 years and you guys say you're never going to go beyond 5 years. I said, but I can tell you that in 2001, when your regulation was there, you were at 3.9 and now you can get a 4.2. I said, so after 20 years, if you could have signed the 20-year contract back then, you would have been 4.2 flat. And you go, well, why can't we get a 20-year contract? Because it's a commodity. Nobody's going to give you a 20-year contract. But they would give you a 10-year contract, 4.2. So right before the freeze in 2021, that board just said, well, we're not going to do this again. We're going to go 10 years. Well, we're real happy right now because through 2032, we're at Southwest Texas Junior College, we're at 4.2 cents per kilowatt hour. But that was that board looking at this graph and saying, why can't we skip all the peaks? And the value of that is if energy ever goes down, I doubt that it will anymore, you can always do a blend and extend. So if energy was 10 cents or you bought it at 7, goes down to 3, the companies will let you average it down, just straight average. If it was 7 and 4, now you pay 3.5 or 4.5, whatever the average comes out to be, 5 cents. So you'll always have that in the contract, but nobody's ever gonna do it right now because everybody's sitting on a 4, or like you guys, you would never blend and extend up. You know, right now, Carlos and I were looking at this energy in May, right before you guys hired me. I was leaving with the vehicle, I go, well, Mark, what do our numbers look like? Well, I just ran them to see what it looked like in May of the year before y'all even hired me, and they were at 6.8 cents. All right, out to almost 8 years after 2027. All right, so we looked at it again in the middle of the summer after you guys hired me, and it went up to about 7.2. And I said, well, it's summer. Hopefully, I know everything's crazy, but hopefully in the shoulder months, which we call October, November, and March and April, usually you get a little downside. Well, I looked at them again, they're still at 7.2. So you've gone up by 0.4 cents per kilowatt hour since May of last year. That equates to $36,000 per year on your budget. All right, to me, $36,000 is a lot of money, and it's because we shouldn't wait till the end of your contract. But I was watching it because I did not want to come before this board if we thought maybe we could get a little dip. We're not seeing it. And so I told them, you know what, let's go out for an RFP now. And we're gonna sign a contract between now and 2027. So that we've taken care of all the logistics legally that we have to by law. And now we can execute a contract whenever we feel that it's the right time to buy something. What I've noticed with every government board that I deal with, whether it's a county or a school district, you guys only meet once a month. So typically, we show you the budget numbers, we come to you, and we tell you to authorize your general manager or their appointee to be able to enter in a contract when we feel that the price is right. Because we don't want it to get away from us. You know, your policy dictates that we have to wait a whole month before we can execute from the time that we advertise. So we couldn't sign a contract right now between now and January 15th. If we wanted to, even if we see things running away. We could get with your attorney, and they have not changed the law way back to the beginning of time. You can still legally sign a contract without going out for quotes. But me being a professional engineer and carrying $1 million, and making sure that when that's why I say when your appointee signs a contract, it's always recommended by me. Because you have to hold somebody accountable. If you're gonna make the decision, they don't do energy. It's kind of like, you don't sign anything without letting your attorney read it. Why? Because we're not attorneys. All right, so what I do is when we get through those RFPs, we will look at the contracts, I'll read them, I'll send them to your attorney to make sure that he's comfortable with the language. I take care of the energy, he takes care of everything that says we're not gonna do business with Israel, or we are, or whatever the law is at that time, because there's so many legalities to a government contract these days, but that's what you pay them to do. I just make sure that all the language in your contract for energy is solid. So, let's go to the big page. This is the quotes that I wanted to show you. This is where we sit today. And because it's a public meeting, even though we've got indicative quotes again, the latest ones that came in this morning, I just put Rep 1 through Rep 7. So nobody knows who quotes it is except for the company if they were actually to look at it, because they know what they quoted. All the way out, beginning in 2027, if we were to have executed today, the lowest quote comes in from Jexa Energy for 96 months at about 7.1. But that's 40% budget increase, that's all the way at 96. This is why I tell you, I would have looked at the 84, which is 7 years, it's 7.08, because you want to pick your sweet spot. You know, we say, that's why the motion say that they can go up to 10 years. We may only pick 4 years. If all of a sudden the price of energy beyond 2027 drops real low for 4 years, well, we'll take advantage of that. It's a 5 or 10% savings over the other years. We don't want to go too short, because right now, as your representative or future potential representative was saying, we don't see energy coming down until they build more power plants. It's a law of supply and demand. And they said, we have 80 gigs, let's just put a number. We have 80 gigs of power plants in Texas right now. By 2030, in 5 years, they predict we're gonna need 50 to 60 gigs of energy. We're almost gonna have to double our power plant capacity. The reactors are expensive. If we can use them for our AI centers, it takes the load off of you guys. But even if there's 130 potential projects on the table right now, they said about 25 are permitting, about 8 of them already dropped out. Because what's happening in the state of Texas, and this you have to be in the know. Texas is an energy-only state. So you have a 500 horsepower motor, one of your pumps out there. If you turn on that motor for 15 minutes, there is a $10 charge times 500. So the minimum you're gonna pay is $5,000 to AEP. All right, the energy company only charges you for energy. So the way the state works is every day, all the power plants get out there, not the solar and the wind because they have special allocation. But everybody else said, I bid 3 cents per kilowatt hour for the first so many gigawatts of energy. And then this guy says, okay, 3 plus 1, I bid 4 cents. So if the energy stays at 3 cents, and it doesn't go beyond 3 gigawatt hours, then the guy gets it all for 3 cents. But if it just goes up for 1 more kilowatt hour, and the next guy bid 4 cents, then he gets 4 cents, and the other guy below him gets 4 cents. So everybody's bidding every day trying to get the energy. There's no capacity whatsoever. So now when these new power plants are trying to come on board, they realize the game. They go, well, if I build a new power plant today at today's cost, they can't compete with the old guys that have coal. So even though they're building a new power plant, they may not be able to make it cost effective. They may go bankrupt. So in the state of Texas, for 20 years, they've been saying, we want to go capacity like in New York and the East Coast, where you pay for the energy for your horsepower. That's going to be terrible for customers. But as an engineer, like we talk nuclear, it might be the only way that Texas in the future actually gets more power plants in the capacity we need. We hate it, but every customer will pay for what they actually use, and the whole state won't subsidize it. Cause I will tell you right now, residential subsidizes commercial. On an energy-only market, residential makes out like a bandit. All right, they do well. And commercial, well, no, I'd say take that back. Residential's paying the brunt of it, commercial's making out like a bandit. Because you got these big, large industrial users that are only paying energy like the residential. So residential is taking the hit. I was saying that backwards. Commercial is doing really, really well, but not gonna work out in the long run, I believe. All right, but I was just trying to give you an idea of what's going on out here, because people are hoping that in 5 years we're saved because all these plants are gonna be built, and I don't think they're gonna be built. And that's why I'm shooting almost every one of my customers up to you all to sign a 10-year contract, because I want budget security at today's price. I wanna be able to say 8 years from now, thank God we signed at 7 cents, because we think the new norm is gonna be 6.5 to 7 cents until something happens, and it's only gonna get worse. Now, I don't know if you guys have been watching TV, but I'm open to questions, because I'm kind of telling you, because there's so much information out there, but my job is to make sure that, you know, thank God you got 2 years to absorb 40% increase. Because I've had customers where it's happening next month, you know, and that's just terrible when you're a government. It'd be like your water rates, right? If you're gonna just go up by 40% from 1 month to the next, that's a lot of sticker shock, you know. And I don't know how you're gonna handle this, because I agree with desalinization. Corpus Christi, I'm from Corpus. I was really upset when they turned down that desal plant, because you can't manufacture water, and we got the ocean there, and they said, it's too much. Well, what about when you don't have any? You know, how much is too much when it's zero? You know, and that's where we're headed, so I'm glad they're, but it's the city council. They're regular people, they're not engineers. They're not like us looking at the real thing. So I applaud you guys for going desal. Actually, you guys an example. Man, you got Laguna Madre out there in the middle of nowhere down in South Texas, and they're making the right decision, and you're saying we can't do it. You know, and Corpus Christi, because of their industrial base, uses a lot of water, and they're not paying their fair share. I won't say that on TV.
Smart man, smart man.
But as a professional engineer down here, my job to tell you the truth, right? I mean, and give you my best information on what I see coming. I think water's into a world of a hurt more than energy, because with reactors, at least we will have a way out. You can put it, and we have to pay for it. But with water, ooh, I think we're out of water until we desal. So. Congratulations, Carlos, you're leaving a big legacy there. I'm glad you pulled it
From
off.
our experience, from when we first passed the bond issue years ago, that million they're turning down could be 2 million shortly.
Oh, yeah, and
That's
Corpus Christi is looking at
growing
$1 billion, and, you know, and I know that, rewinding way back, because I used to be with Chambers of Commerce at the national level, and I was sitting in a room with Coca-Cola and Pepsi when they were saying, they're gonna put such a scare into the public that their goal, this is their marketing VPs, was for get people to pay more for water than they do for gas. That was in 1991. So to this day, I still will not buy a bottle of water, because Pepsi and Coke are two of the biggest producers of bottled water. And their goal was, because I sat in the room and I couldn't say anything, I was a corporate partner, they were my corporate partners. And that was their goal, to diversify their business, was going to the water business, and to be able to get people to buy water for more than they pay for gas. And that's what's happening today.
They did it.
They did it. They did all these scares of the water's not safe, it's not pure, you can't drink it. I'm an engineer, you guys put out extremely pure water. So does City of Corpus Christi, but everybody else says it's not drinkable. You know, because that's what sells bottled water. You know, again, as a P, I tell you what I see, I tell you the numbers. I know what they do. I know the water's good, but America's America. All right, well, questions, because that's what, back to energy. I know I got off on water, but I believe that we probably should go out to at least 7 years, but I feel give your general manager or your acting general manager the opportunity to go. We will come back and tell you what we did. It's just that energy is a commodity, and you know, we wait a whole month, it could really get away from us. I just wanna, I'm not saying we'll make a decision right after the 15th or the 16th, we could come back to this board. I just don't wanna not have the opportunity to lock in something if we see it getting away from us.
Well, I agree, energy's gonna keep going up. I mean, with AI, everything you read, they're trying to do nuclear, but nuclear's not gonna come on. Takes a long time to get that.
Only if they do it for each individual site, and they're already building a nuclear farm just for the AIs.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that, because it hurts us if they keep on stealing our energy. Kind of, you had a big industry coming and taking all the water from everybody. You know, that would not be cool.
Okay, great, a motion,
Can I,
yeah,
I would amend, I'm not crazy about the designated appointee, just the language of that, because that could be anybody. I think what we're contemplating is the general manager or the interim general manager, right? Not just you or some other appointee, so I think general manager covers all that. I would remove the designated appointee from that, we wouldn't have authority to sign.
I concur, I agree.
great, so I motion that.
Thanks, Brian.
The general manager or interim general manager be only, not a designated appointee, be authorized to enter into an energy contract with the lowest energy price provider that offers the best value.
As recommended by me.
As recommended by Mr. Aaron.
I gotta protect you.
That's a motion made by Dr. Lalonde.
Second.
That's a second by Mr. Starkey. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
There are none opposed. The motion does carry. Thank you. And let's get some low energy. Let's take it to item 6, Director of Operations report.
Afternoon. On the Director of Operations report, the service order call-outs for the month of November compared to October. On the distribution side, we had 280 in November and 337 in October. And the job that was affected was changing meters. We had 49 in November and 85 in October, a difference of 36. And then in the collection, we had 43 in November and 63 in October. And the job that was affected was preventive maintenance. And also I want to mention that the water side, we're gonna try to tackle a big project that we need to do. We need to remove a 6-inch line that runs through the Hess property. We're gonna run another 8-inch that's gonna run parallel with the port road. So we need to remove that line and reconnect it with a new 8-inch. So we're gonna try to tackle it in-house. So that's one of the projects that we're gonna try to do. And then the other one in the wastewater side, we're gonna try to tackle the lift station at Palo Blanco. We're gonna try to tackle it in-house also. Right now, we're talking to vendors and just to see what the size of lift station that we're gonna need there at Palo Blanco. So that's where we're at right now. So that's what I have.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you.
Item 7, consider and discuss for possible approval of task authorization amendment number 6 with Freese and Nichols Inc. for lift station rehabilitation and additional services.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, so this is additional work that was provided by Freese and Nichols as the contract time expired for the lift station project. And this was accrued and over the past 2 years. And the idea is to try to tackle some of this cost through liquidated damages.
Who should be responsible for it?
Responsible for,
In fact, we were so over, like time-wise. Who's like,
in charge of the project internal here?
maybe not here, but like, you know, why were we over so much that it's costing us 75,000 more bucks, right? That was the
Right, that's
contractor, or
that's
was
the
it
gist
on
of it.
us, or just bad luck, or?
Fred,
good.
from Freese Nichols can probably answer
Yeah.
that.
Yes, good afternoon, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. My name is Fred Hernandez. I'm with Freese and Nichols. I was a local liaison, project manager for this project. The delays were on the general contractor for this project. Number one, he had short staff. Then he was late on his materials with submitting submittals for review and approval and getting materials ordered. So this project had been delayed. This amendment is for additional out of scope of work service for that project. As it says, it was from October of '23 to this month through November, I believe, is what this amendment is for. And as Noe said, we're trying to tackle this through the liquidated damages that will be assessed when we close out the project.
It will be assessed.
So the authorized amount was 1.158 million. How much of that has been paid to this general contractor? Do you know that?
That 1.158 is the contract amount for freezing nickel.
That's for you guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we haven't paid out.
On
full
the
amount.
construction contract, I don't recall what the actual amount is, but they're like at about 80% of their contract. I think we do have sufficient retainage on the project in order to cover this fees plus additional liquidated damages.
So ultimately, we shouldn't be above what our budgeted cost was because they took so long, is that right?
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
Great. Okay.
What's our retainage, 10% or is it higher?
Yes. On
10%?
their contract amount, yes.
Yes.
And that 10% retainage is gonna be enough to, capture the LDs that we anticipate we're gonna charge them for the project being delivered?
That is correct, yes, sir.
Okay, I got no problem.
Great.
Thank
Motion
you.
to approve.
Motion for approval by Mr. Starkey, seconded by Dr. Lalonde. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion does carry, thank you. Item 8, consider and discuss for possible approval of change order number 3B and change order number 4 with Trojan Technologies Corporation, i.e. Aerofilta FKA Paul Corporation for WTP wastewater treatment plant microfiltration computer upgrade to Windows 11.
So, Aria Filtra, they're the ones providing all the equipment for water treatment plant number 1. They did give us Windows 10 as part of their proposal, and what we're requesting that they do is upgrade us to Windows 11, so that they don't give us out-of-date software. And in addition to that, on that first page is the 24/7 tech support, which is something that we already acquired for water plant number 2. We're just putting it on for water treatment plant number 1 as well. And especially during startup, we need to make sure we have it so that we can contact the engineers from New York and help us troubleshoot any issue that may occur.
This is a $7,000 approximately.
There's 2 change orders,
Just under 74 for the tech support and just
8
under
for Windows
8,000
11.
for Windows 11, yes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion for approval by Mr. Starkey, seconded by Mr. Blotter. All those in favor?
Aye.
There are any opposed? None. Motion carries. Thank you. Paid $15,000 for an upgrade.
I should get into Windows business.
Sorry. Item number 9, consider and approve the purchase of 5/8 water meters.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, this purchase of meter is for inventory purposes. We're running low, we should need to get more.
How many what?
Still-
40?
Oh, yes, 40.
So motion for approval by, what's the price difference from the last time you purchased, just out of curious?
The price.
From last time
price,
for your inventory purposes.
I don't have the exact number, but this is like 25% more.
Yeah.
Okay. Just trying to get a figure.
I second.
That's a motion made by Mr. Donahue, seconded by Mr. Blotter. All those in favor?
Aye.
There are any opposed? None. Motion is carried. Thank you. Let's take it to item 10. Consider and discuss for possible approval for ratification of payment asphalt services, Palm and Taylor.
We are asking the board to ratify the payment in the amount of $17,028.56 for 360 Builders LLC for an asphalt work done at the Palm and Taylor repair at the Laguna.
So moved.
So motion made by Mr. Starkey,
Second.
seconded by Dr. Lalonde. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you. Let's move to 11, consider and discuss, for possible approval of sludge management service contract renewal for the wastewater plants in the collections department.
We have this sludge management service contract. When we approve it, we have an option to renew it for 2 more years. So I'm asking the board to approve and renew that contract to the Nile Water Solutions for 2 more years. The price, we have 2 different types of services. One is for a monofill that we have here, and the other one is a monofill, I think it's in Harlingen. The one that we use the most is when they remove the sludge and take it here to the monofill that it's owned by the water district. The price is the same, it didn't change. The other management service increased $480, but we only use it once, maximum twice a year. So
It's budgeted, right? We're only a couple thousand over budget, it looks like to me. The budget was 40 grand.
Yeah, it's 43,000 something.
Yeah.
Motion approved.
The motion for approval by Mr. Donahue,
Second.
second by Mr. Starkey. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
Are there any opposed? None, motion carries, thank you. Item 12, Director of Finance report.
Auctioneer.
Good evening. I'd like to report some miscellaneous revenue that we received this month. We had an auction of surplus equipment. The total proceeds from that auction was $24,290. The majority of that came from a backhoe, $23,000 from the sale of the old backhoe that we had. Also, want to report, we received an annual rebate from the Buy Board, which is a purchasing cooperative that we are members of. We sometimes purchase things through this cooperative, and once a year they give us a rebate based on the total volume of purchases. Typically, this rebate is less than $2,000. This year, it was $172,607. The reason for the increase was that we hired a contractor for the Long Island Village project through the Buy Board contract that they had. And it saved us money, and it also generated this large rebate.
So how do we apply, do you apply that to the bonds? Do you apply that to?
So, no, this would be classified as general miscellaneous revenue. It's not directly part of the sale of the bonds or allocated for that project.
But it's a rebate for the expense of the bonds.
Yes, that is the major primary reason that it's this high. It's not only this project though. Of course, it's a minority of it is other purchases that we made through the Bible.
Okay.
Historically, it's been recorded as miscellaneous revenue.
Yes.
That's a sweet payday.
No, it's a great deal, but I was just asking the application. That's fine.
When you open that check, did you do a double take?
Absolutely, we did not anticipate this.
I mean, when we're talking about having to spend hundreds of thousands more dollars on electricity, that's a nice, we rarely get happy surprises, so.
Yes.
200,000
Yay.
just showing
Gosh,
up.
man, we could buy a couple, you know what?
Yes, absolutely.
Traverse, Tom. Never too early for a traverse.
Yes, so, that.
Great,
concludes-
I motion to accept the money.
Yeah.
Back to our revenue.
Does this require a motion?
No? Okay.
So that concludes the report.
Thank you. Acknowledge.
Moving on to item 13, consider discuss for possible approval a resolution designating authorized parties to act on behalf of Laguna Madre Water District with regard to the district's bank accounts. Resolution number 230-12-2025.
This is to plan for the pending retirement of Mr. Galvan. We need to assign signature authority. Currently, the plan is just to replace Mr. Galvan with the interim general manager, which the board named Mr. Nick Jr. And the other signers will remain the same, Scott Friedman and myself, Eduardo Salazar.
So do you need me to re-sign that stuff too, or?
Yes, the board will pass this in a resolution, and then we'll sign the resolution, and we'll be the designated signers.
Motion approved.
Motion for approval by Mr. Donahue, second by Dr. Lalonde. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
There aren't any opposed, none motion carries. Thank you, Eddie. Item 14, consider and review the expenditures from November 1st, 2025 through December 1st, 2025. We need to acknowledge these. Acknowledged by Mr. Vaughter, acknowledged by Dr. Lalonde, Mr. Friedman, Mr. Starkey.
Acknowledged.
And Mr. Donahue have all acknowledged item 14. Item 15, executive session permitted by the Open Meetings Act, VTCA Government Code Section 551001, X sequence under Section 551071, consultation with attorney under Section 551072, deliberation about real property under Section 551074, personnel matters. Item A, discussion and possible action concerning the negotiations with the Port Isabel San Benito Navigation District for seawater intake facilities. And item B, discussion and possible action concerning appointment and or employment of the general manager. Need a motion to go into executive session at 6:21 p.m.
So moved.
Motion made by Dr. Lalonde, seconded by Mr. Vaughter. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are. Motion carries. We are in executive session. A, discussion and action concerning the negotiations with the Port Isabel San Benito Navigation District for seawater intake facilities.
I make a motion, we proceed as directed.
Second.
Motion to proceed is directed by Mr. Waters, seconded by Mr. Starkey. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are. Any opposed? None. Thank you. Motion carries. Item B, discussion and possible action concerning the appointment and employment of the general manager.
Motion to proceed is directed.
Motion made by Mr. Starkey, seconded by Mr. Vaughter. Are all those in favor?
Aye.
They are. Are there any opposed? None. The motion carries. Item 16, consider an action on executive session, which we've done. Adjourns this meeting at 7:53 p.m. I'd like to